So who the hell knows? Where were we
I don't even-
on this View Askewniverse thing?
yeah, we kind of
Um,
flew off into another trajectory there.
I mean, that's what we
We were
do
talking about
on
Clerks,
that's
the
what we do
animated
on this show.
series.
Yeah, we talked. Oh, and then we got to where I watched it, and here we go. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I enjoyed Clerk the animated series. But
yeah,
like it's just amazing that he made this whole universe that goes 30 years near almost.
yeah. Almost 30 years
Almost
now.
30 years. Probably by the time Clerks 3 happens, it will be 2024. I think that's what he's aiming for. Is
Yeah,
he's
so we'll
aiming
say,
for
well,
like
that would be like a great, that would be a nice little 30th anniversary of the View Askewniverse as Clerks 3. That would be a nice little thing to do, or Mallrats too.
yeah, well,
Um,
I wonder if the idea would be to like after Twilight of the Mallrats and Clerks 3 that he would end up putting the bow on the View Askewniverse. Like he'll like I imagine like if he still chose to make more movies, which I'm
yeah.
sure he would well into his 60s and 70s and 80s if he can. But
I would
I
imagine
wonder if he
like
would be like I wonder if he would just kind of make Clerks 3 or Twilight of the Mallrats one like the last movie in the View Askewniverse and then just make other movies.
well, I think he kind of like references that a little bit in Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which I haven't watched yet, but I know like they kind of like make fun of the fact that like all these different like pretty much everything in Hollywood now is either a reboot or a sequel of a movie that's 20 years old, that kind of thing. So I think Jay and Silent Bob reboot is really a parody of that. So I think he would kind of know when to stop because otherwise he just becomes a parody of himself.
Mm.
Um, so I would hope that, and it would be nice, to have, a bow on the end of the View universe so that way he could do something else and make a different, universe,
Mm.
try something else, instead of, make another, like continue with his horror movie universe or something.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. You got to see what happens. Obviously it's dependent on how Kevin Smith feels and what he wants to do, and
Sure.
ultimately it's his baby. The View
Mm-hmm.
universe like made him what he is,
Yeah.
so he's gonna just do what it with do with do it. Why can't I speak English? Do with it what he pleases. There we go.
Mm. Yeah. I mean,
um,
he. I mean, one of the other reasons why he's like so well liked is the guy never forgot where he came from.
yes,
Like
yeah, he's very
he's
down the earth.
yeah, he's still down to earth. He's still a New Jersey guy. He's not
Hmm.
like he's not a snob or anything. He still appreciates his fans and everything. He still is very open and just like bears his soul on everything. Like even in the evening at Kevin Smith stuff, like he's always taking pot shots at himself, which I don't
Yeah,
think he has to do. But like that's he is who he is. He bears his heart on his sleeve, and he seems like a really great guy. I'm not his friend. I don't know him. I'd like to, and I'd like to be, but
yeah.
you know
I
that's
mean, I think a lot of it too is that growing up, you know, he was always like a heavier dude back
hmm
when he was younger. He's actually lost a lot of weight now. He looks great.
yeah, he has.
But when
Well,
he was younger, he was
thanks to being thanks to like well, his daughter's a vegan, so like she turned him
yes,
on to like veganism. But he there was a diet called Just Sides that Penn Jillette actually
yeah,
followed,
I've
and
heard
he
about
lost
this.
weight
Yeah,
to it. I wanted to try it as an experiment.
hmm
The missus won't let me because she doesn't want to see me hurt myself because I have to
yeah,
suffer from just like so. Just sides is essentially that you eat only side dishes,
hmm
which are mostly vegetables and stuff, but you can't season them. You can't do anything to them. They just
yeah,
have to be plain Jane. So I think like the first part of the diet is like it changes up over time, but I think the first 30 days of the diet is baked potatoes or
yeah,
just potatoes. Like you could do anything you want to the potato. You can eat the potato however you please. You can roast it. There's no time limit. You can eat potatoes
uh
any
huh,
hour of the day, but you can't season them. Like you can't do anything to the potato that would make it taste good, other than like you can't do anything. You can't give it butter. You can't salt it. You can't pepper it. You can't do anything. It's just a plain Jane boring potato, and that's it. And you just eat it for 30 days, and that's it. And then there's all these, and then then there's the broccoli, the cauliflower, the carrots, and all the other things that are just side dishes. But the trick is to not season them. Or anything that makes it delicious, you can't add to it. Yeah. And he was just like, this is just pure torture for me. I don't know if I could keep doing this. And his daughter was just like, well, because he had a heart attack.
Yes, a widowmaker.
Yeah, he had a really bad heart attack.
Yeah, he was lucky to live. He was lucky that someone recognized that he was having a heart attack and like immediately called an ambulance, because otherwise he probably wouldn't be here today.
Probably not.
And like what I was saying is that I think a lot of his comedy was like his self-deprecating humor specifically is because that's what he did growing up as like a bigger dude. He just like. That was like the way for him to like kind of like fit in with people. It was just to like make fun of himself,
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the guy. Like I wasn't like I've never been like a fat guy. I've never had the best body, but like I'm short. I'm 5'2". Like that's kind of my thing. So like sometimes people would try to like to like say something about it, or like as a put down or whatever, or they're just like or like take a shot at me there. So a lot of times I like that was the elephant in the room, or the ant in the room, or whatever you want to call it. But like I always knew that somebody else was going to try to do it first, so I might as well beat them to it. So I figured I might not be able to like to kick your ass in a fight, but if I can make you laugh, you'll probably be my friend and leave me alone. So I can totally like resonate with him as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But as you were.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. But it's